There are moments when a single name can soften an entire season. Moments when the cold feels gentler, the nights feel warmer, and anticipation hangs in the air like a familiar melody. And every year, without fail, that name is Jin. Before the lights go up, before the decorations are finished, before the first gift is even wrapped, people are already thinking about him. Not because they're told to, but because somehow naturally he feels like part of the season itself. Like something you wait for without realizing how much you've missed it. Recently, Jin was voted the #1 most exciting star, like a Christmas gift, in a global poll conducted by Memo One Pick. But what makes this moment special isn't just the win, it's how he won. With nearly 7,000 votes and an overwhelming 55% of the total, Jin didn't simply take first place. He dominated it. Quietly, effortlessly, as if the answer had always been obvious. Because excitement, in Jin's case, isn't loud. It doesn't demand attention. It gently pulls you in. People around the world often describe him with titles that sound almost unreal. God of Beauty, Visual King, the most handsome man in the world. And these aren't exaggerations thrown around lightly. International media, experts, and even professionals in aesthetic medicine have consistently praised his face as remarkably balanced. So harmonious that it feels almost sculpted rather than born. He was once named one of the most handsome figures of the 21st century by a German publication, standing shoulder to shoulder with Hollywood icons. Plastic surgeons, both domestic and international, have openly analyzed his features, calling them close to perfect. Clinics have revealed that when patients walk in dreaming of a certain look, Jin's face is the one they bring up most often, even among men. But if beauty were all he had, the story would end there. And it doesn't. What truly sets Jin apart is how his presence feels. There's a warmth to him that visuals alone cannot explain. A sense of comfort. A gentleness that makes people smile without knowing why. His image has become so deeply ingrained in pop culture that he's referenced across dramas, animations, and variety shows worldwide, not just as someone attractive, but as the standard. To many, Jin represents an ideal that goes beyond appearance. He feels reliable, familiar, like something steady in a world that's always changing. That's why year after year during the holiday season, his name keeps rising to the top. Polls asking which star people want to spend Christmas with, who they want to decorate a tree with, who makes the season feel complete. Jin consistently comes out first. In another major vote, he was chosen as the idol whose mere existence is the best Christmas gift, earning over 50,000 picks, nearly half of all votes cast. Think about that for a moment. Not a performance, not a comeback, not a special release, just his existence. And perhaps that's the most telling part. Because fans don't just admire Jin, they feel comforted by him. They talk about how his smile feels like home, how his laugh feels honest, how his presence feels like a reminder to slow down and breathe. Every Christmas, there's one wish fans quietly share: to hear him sing again. Not because they need something grand, but because his voice carries a softness that matches the season perfectly. When he sings, it doesn't feel like a stage. It feels like a warm room, dim lights, and a moment just for you. In a world full of fleeting trends and overnight sensations, Jin remains constant, unshaken, steady. A figure whose popularity doesn't spike and disappear, but gently grows deeper with time. Some stars shine brightly and fade, others burn fiercely and quickly. But Jin, he glows, like the kind of light you leave on at night, like the gift you don't rush to open because you want the moment to last. Like Christmas itself, not loud, not flashy, but quietly unforgettable. And maybe that's why people keep choosing him. Because long after the decorations come down, long after the season passes, he's still there, waiting, smiling, and reminding everyone what warmth really looks like.